Well, fall has almost come to California. As you can see, I have partially started my decor. Here I was rushing you a month ago by going out and buying it early, and then, well, things went crazy for a while, and now I'm a little late. But I still have to I have a lovely wreath to put up there, take down that summer painting that Chani did. And then I might be done for a while. A couple more little things that I might do. Did leave up some of my blue and white, mainly because the project did not become a full-time project. It was sort of doing something in between things. Well, it's the weekend again. It's Saturday, and it's about noontime, and Moosie and I are ready to go gallivanting off again. We're off to a birthday party. Our little great-grandson, Caden, has a birthday party, number 1. And he has a little sister on the way in 2 or 3 more months, too. That's very exciting. We were very excited that they actually popped by yesterday, and we had a little visit on the patio, and I did give him his little birthday presents, a couple of things that I've been saving and trying to figure out who I could give them to. A little Irish Kelly green jacket it's kind of like a jeans jacket, except it was a Kelly green color, had a little shamrock on it, and a kilt. I must have about 5 little tiny kilts from when our grandchildren and great-grandchildren wore them from the time they were 1 up. And I've been saving them, and I gave, I think it was a Gordon, a kind of a greenish color tartan, and he got that too, even with one of those tweed golf hats. Well, he loved his hat more than anything. And I think by the time St. Patrick's Day comes around, little Caden is going to be just a little standout. Well, I am so happy that you all had positive feelings toward the color-changing white foundation stick. A lot of you went ahead and ordered it. It was only $9.98. You know, you might as well try it. And I have it on today again, and I'm thrilled to pieces with it. It's easy to do. It's almost like making magic every time I put this on. So if you want to investigate this nice little stick, I did put the information on Amazon, and it's sold by a company called Solo Tree, and it's just color changing makeup, white all over your face, and then you rub it in and you break up all the little micro capsules in there. It's called encapsulation, and it just turns into your own skin color. And that's the beauty of it all. If you want to just look natural and not have a tan look, of course you can use colored foundation for looking tanner, or if you're real pale and you want to look a little darker, use that. But it sure saves a lot of guesswork, doesn't it? And if you want to have more of a natural look, maybe this is the way to go. Maybe many of you have tried it, and I was just late to the getting on the boat, but I'm sure glad I did. In this video, I've also shown you what I baked this morning. I just had it a yen to do that DutchBoy, also called a Finnish pancake. I just love making this Finnish pancake, now this is after 25 minutes. It looks done pretty much, and I think maybe I'll take it out of the oven now. I've taken it out of the oven. You're watching it deflate just a little bit. Oh, easy to do. The way I serve it is I cut it into little squares, and I serve it with some lemon juice. Now, if you have a real lemon, that's even better. And, of course, quite a bit. I love it with the powdered sugar. Now, many of you have said before it resembles a Yorkshire pudding. Yes, absolutely. It's the same process all the way through. And only this time you just serve it with something sweeter, like the lemon juice. It's so good. Now I'm going to sit down and have my breakfast. Cake. There's a lot of words to it, depending on where you live. And a lot of people, I've shown you this before. It's so easy to make. 4 ingredients, that's it. And it's almost the exact same thing as when you make Yorkshire pudding when you're having a nice Sunday roast. The way I first found out about it, about 15, 18 years ago, our whole family, all of us decided, and this is another video I've been trying to do for years, trying to think about how to do it. I have so many photographs, probably some video too, where we decided that we wanted to spend Christmas in Ireland, a couple of weeks in Ireland, in some kind of an old castle or manor house in Ireland, out in the country. And all the kids, all 6 kids and their children at the time, and anyone else who wanted to go were invited. So Moosie and I sent W and I over a year ahead of time to do some scouting. Everyone, Margie was on the internet and Micah, everyone was trying to find places for us to stop by and visit and see what might be appropriate or fitting that could fit our whole family. And at that time, I think there were 35 of us, believe it or not. And a bunch of guitars. We had some teeny boppers and married children with babies and guitars. And well, you know what? We pulled it off. Everybody saved their money. At that time now, I must admit, the flights to Ireland over to Dublin were much, much cheaper. But we all chipped in and, we made every night, everybody took different turns cooking supper, or we'd have supper in a pub, or what a wonderful time. 2 weeks in an old castle, semi 4-story manor house that was built in the 16th century in a little town about an hour outside of Dublin. Wow, if I could somehow figure out how to get all this on a video, I'm going to do it. I do have so many photos, of course. That's the trip that I made those, if any of you have not seen, all the black wool floor-length capes. With the hoods that I made for all the women. I think I made 15 or 16 at the time. All year long, I sewed black wool capes with each one had a different tartan lining. And they were circular capes, 6 yards of tartan, 6 yards of black wool. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Fun, fun time. And you know what? 2 years later, we went back to the same place and repeated the same trip at Christmas time. Only that time, I think we had a dozen or so more people. Wonderful times. You know, I had on another jacket because the weather has been glorious lately. Unfortunately, this coming week, I think we're expecting 2 days of heavy rain. I understand we're going to be getting an inch of rain in our area. So that's Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe. And those are 2 days that we have doctor appointments and Moosie's PET scan. So we have to be out and about to get to these appointments. But we'll do it. We'll be fine. So today I had a little jacket on, one of my new little fall. I still have to show you my semi-fall wardrobe, which isn't too large, but I do have some new things that I wanted to add to it. But it was so warm here in the house, I changed back to one of my kaftans. I think I told you that Matthew and Cindy had flown back to Hickory, North Carolina, to bring Cindy's mother, who is not well, who is basically in hospice, and they wanted to bring her back to California to Matt and Cindy's home, and they've set up hospice here for her. But they couldn't fly her, so they decided that what they would do would we're going to rent a van and make the trip with Cindy and Matthew alternating driving times. Both of them are drivers. They don't mind driving, and they had everything all planned. Well, do you know what? They managed to do it, and we followed them. Matthew set up a little on our map, the Google map. he set up a trail that they basically came cross country on, I think it was Route 40, all the way over, and they drove about 10 or 12 hours a day, alternating driving. They slept 2 nights in a hotel, and Mama did great, and so did Matt and Cindy, and they were amazed. The scenery, they kept sending pictures. It was a lot of open road, and well, I guess they went through Tennessee and Oklahoma, New Mexico, all the way across. And a lot of signs, you know, coming into Arizona, coming into New Mexico. But they did reach home, and everybody's safe at home and cozy. And we talked to Matt last night on the phone, and he wants us to come out tomorrow, Sunday, and visit them for a while. So we'll drive. It takes us about half an hour to get to Matt's, maybe a little longer, and we're going to spend maybe 2 or 3 hours with them. And we haven't seen Matt and Cindy's kids in a while, Lauren and Matthew too. I don't want to call him little Matthew because he's taller than our Matthew. I think he's about 6'3", 6'4". And it'd be so fun to see the kids again. And of course, that Matt and Cindy too. So we have a big weekend up. We have been gallivanting around lately, keeping ourselves busy and doing a lot of resting in between times. So maybe I'll be able to put a little bit of that video on if we get back in time, and I'll try and put it up tonight or maybe tomorrow morning early. Margie sent me this picture of Caden eating his cake. We couldn't stay for the end, but here we are saying goodbye, and everybody was helping Moosie and I out to the car. Caden and all the dads and boys. They're great. For those of you who are following Moosie and his Dodgers, you can imagine Moosie's mood right now.
Here we go, off to the party.
All right.
Go Ducks, Oregon Ducks.
Oh, that's why he's got the hat on. Oh, okay. Okay, come on.
Okay, baby.
Off we go. He has changed from his Oregon. Well, he keeps going back and forth because he's a big Oregon fan. And he keeps changing his outfits back, but he still keeps those suspenders on. He's thrilled with those suspenders. And I think today he's back in the Dodger outfit, of course. And I'm going to show you as we leave his outfit. Of course, he's as fashionable these days as I try to be, and showing you our outfits. Someone asked if I would put my birthday calendar, a picture of it, on a video. Okay, now bear in mind, this calendar is about 25 years old, so mine has lasted. All right, here we are with September, October, November, December. And as you can see, I keep adding birthdays. Ooh, January and February is big. Now, this is just the birthdays of our children, their spouses, all spouses, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, grandchildren's spouses, and my brothers, and I think that might be it. It's just family. That's it. So then I took my hole punch, and of course I laminated all these. And all you do is just turn it over and then hang it up on a hook. Good idea? Mainly, I was talking about how years and years ago, probably thinking maybe 25 years ago, I made a yearly calendar of all the birthdays in the family. As you know, we have 6 children, and at this moment, 20 grandchildren and 16 great-grandchildren, and still coming. And trying to keep track of all the birthdays, you have to have them right up there every day. And I made one for all 6 of our children, as I say, 25 years ago. And they have, in turn, most of them have lost them. Somebody says, one person or 2 people still say they have them. But of course, I'm the one that keeps adding all the new births over these years, and anniversaries, and various other important dates for all the children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So mine is the only one that's up to date, if they even have them. So someone said, why don't you send a picture of it so that we can see it and do it? And what I did was I basically did each month, 2 months on a page, and I laminated them, and then I put them on rings so that you could hang it up on a wall or something, and made little pictures at the top of the month. And then I've added sometimes in dark ink, sometimes in green ink, but they're all on there. And Cindy said the other day, Mom, it would be nice. I think we were talking about how October is such a busy month for our family. We have so many birthdays in it. And Matthew just celebrated a birthday 2 days ago. And we have Dubby coming up, and Barry, and one of our little great-granddaughters, Tegan. And so they want to know. Please take a picture of it for us and send it to us, because they're all working on their phones now anyway. They all keep everything on phones. So I think I'm going to do that. And normally what we all do is we'll call someone and sing, or if someone is having a party, we'll manage to get to that. But mostly it's just acknowledging the fact that we wish them happy birthday on their special day. So tomorrow when we're at Matt's, we're going to have a little birthday party for him, because the day of his birthday was the day after they arrived home from their trip. And I said to Matt, you must be sleeping all day long. Oh, no, he said. That night we had they arrived home, I think, about 10 o'clock, and they all slept for 10 hours, woke up, and it was back to work again. So I don't know whether they had a big party or what, but we're going to have just a little party, and that should be fun tomorrow. So that's our plans for the weekend, and then a new week begins. This week is a clear week. We managed to change a doctor appointment for Moosie to the following week, and this week we basically have nothing. So I'm going to try and continue with some of my purging projects, whatever else I have going around here, trying to catch up and just relax and enjoy the week, because the following week is a busy one with doctor appointments and running around. So that's it, my friends. This will be a shorty. I always say it's going to be a shorty video, unless and then I go and put something on the end anyway. But I've also put a picture of my Finnish pancake on, and you'll see that. And I enjoyed it thoroughly this morning. Moose, he's not wild about it. He had some eggs besides. So he had a special breakfast this morning. So now Moosie can put his football game back on again. He's watching it in silence. He's very cooperative when I get on the video here in the living room. Thanks so much for watching, my friends. And I am so thrilled that you all loved this color-changing white makeup. If you haven't seen the video, it's the last one I did. I think I did it yesterday or the day before. Go on Nanny and the Moose and watch it. And you just might be sold too. Because I am, and it seems to me that it just looks like my face, my color. And that's what this makeup is supposed to do, to just go from white into your own color, not putting a fake color makeup on. And I do agree with many of you who noticed that as time went on in the video, it lost more of the whiteness and became, maybe my face just came back to color, more color came into my face. But I think with time, maybe a half hour or an hour, it keeps working and then settles into your natural looking complexion. Thanks so much for watching, my friends. Thank you for all your comments. I love you all, and God bless us all.